Greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian own nothing, control everything. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault, episode 581, the Vault Conference 2024, August 2024. Definitely excited about this conference coming up. Definitely excited about this asset protection workshop, estate planning workshop coming up. Y'all can definitely feel free to see that on the screen. And as you can see, we're down to 5 tickets remaining as of 7:10. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. Definitely excited about this one. This is actually one where we're focused on bringing actually another speaker in. And this is going to be one that, when the tickets are gone, people are going to be surprised and have some second thoughts about not making that trip. So it's like the Fram oil filter, as one of the mentors used to say, you're either going to pay me now or you're going to pay me later. And sometimes so many people are willing to push out their family estate into the future, even if it is a family estate, they push out into the future. So appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. This is the Vault episode 581, the Vault Conference 2024. We actually have 5 tickets remaining for the workshop here. This is the estate planning, asset protection, estate planning workshop. And it's going to be in Atlanta. You see the location. There is no same day tickets. Ticket price is 150 for couples. And once again, we're focused on bringing in, the best of the best. As you all can see, Larissa, who's been with us for years, who's worked with us for years. She is a legal enrolled agent. When people say, "Oh, I don't know where to get an accountant for trusteeship," she has a tax company. It's a national service, ladies and gentlemen. She used to work for the IRS, ladies and gentlemen. So she definitely is going to be there speaking. We're going to do a Q&A with her, question and explanations. Then we also have a private banking specialist who has come up under one of our mentors, who can give us the information, give the content to the trustees and people in the room for private family banking, how to use that, how to implement those strategies. And so we look forward to serving in that capacity. So this is the Vault episode 581, the Vault Conference 2024. We're just going to go over some of the things that we want to go over. A lot of people have reached out and say, "Hey, Trust Christian Vault, can you send us an agenda?" And go over a little bit more details with us about this one. Once again, going to be traditional education, ladies and gentlemen, not traditional in the sense of public school, not in a school sense. Actually, very tailored to each of the families. So, we vetted all of the families and individuals that are coming through. And for that reason, we know how to adapt the entire conversation to the room, ladies and gentlemen. We know their backgrounds. We know what their needs are. We get on a consultation before we actually get to the workshop. So, once again, if you reached out to the vault and you booked your ticket, feel free to actually reach out to the vault and get the free consultation that comes with actually booking your ticket. That's something that we've included for years, where you actually get a ticket and as well you actually get a consultation before the actual event. So really excited, really thankful that we're able to serve once again. Definitely didn't do one this year yet, so this is going to be our first one. And once again, it's just another big deal. We got families that are traveling from all over the country: New York, Jersey, Maryland, Chicago, Texas, California, Florida, and many are already in Georgia, some Carolinas as well. As you can hear, we're touching many of the states. We could sit here and say all of them, but just being honest and accurate, many of those families are traveling from those states that we're talking about. This is going to be a room for multi generation. That means that it's going to have, grandparents, parents, and children in the room. And that's just the way things go. So, really excited about this particular workshop, because this is one where it's going to be very hands-on. This is going to be the latest and greatest version of the vault. Some people say, "Oh, is it going to be the same presentation I saw before?" Not at all. So thank you for everybody tuning in live, listening to replay. Thank you for everybody hitting the like and the subscribe button. Definitely appreciate that. But once again, this is a conference you don't want to miss. Why? Because a lot of times people say, "Oh, Trust Christian Vault, can we network? Can we meet people?" That's what it's all about. How are we gonna connect if you don't meet them face to face? And once again, people entrusted with people in trust. The Vault trusteeship training. Definitely gonna be focused on doing trustee training. A lot of families want to come and learn trusteeship. It's not something that you're not going to get. It's something that you are going to get. It is something that we're really excited to get the information to families in an educational manner. Once again, the information is very much so tailored to each and every single name that is signed on so far. We've diagnosed some of the challenges that they had. A lot of the times, these are very redundant and frequently asked questions, and so for that reason, we definitely know that it's best to go over that information with the families in a very precise and accurate manner to get them, that specific information. So, really excited. A lot of people don't understand or know about the team that's required to actually have in trusteeship. So we're really excited to have the team available. Larissa's actually going to have her team in the room as well because people want to have the support, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in trust, it's best to be in trust with a team. And so, once again, protecting the family estate, protecting family assets, feel free to reach out, ladies and gentlemen. So, just to go over the agenda, ladies and gentlemen, go over some parts of it at least. A lot of people ask about trusteeship, ladies and gentlemen. Trusteeship is something where we're talking about protecting assets, ladies and gentlemen. What's your greatest asset? Is it you, entrepreneurs? Is it you, employee? Or is it an insurance policy? See how the insurance policy can become more worth it than you are? People don't have these things in place sometimes. So these are some of the things that we're going to cover. If that's something of interest to you, feel free to reach out, Christian@trustchristian.com. Once again, if that's something of interest to you, feel free to reach out, Christian@trustchristian.com. Look forward to hearing from you all. Once again, this is going to be a very, very exciting, not just enlightening, but exciting educational event. And when you're able to connect with other people in trusteeship, whether that's for a charity or actual for profit, it's always a beautiful thing. So we definitely look forward to serving. No same day tickets. We got private family banking. Definitely want to know how to bank. Want to be bankable. Are you a center of influence? Trust Christian Revolt. We've made it a point to be a center of influence for years, so we can get around people that ultimately we wanted to be around, and as well, we're making it a point to bring in a guest speaker that is really focused on helping people get funded on their projects. They're a big fish. They're definitely a big fish, and we're really excited about that. Really excited about being able to have people that we like, trust, and respect be able and want to speak at the actual conference, to speak at the workshop. Yeah, and so definitely excited just to connect with people face to face. They wanted to, get back out the house post COVID and shake each other's hands. And why not get in a room with people that are you can actually exchange, uh, you know, capital with, as far as being able to connect with people in trust. 'Cause see, people in trust deal with people in trust. People in foundations deal with people in foundations. It's easy to give to someone else in a charity. That's really what they want to know. But also, they want to do that in trusteeship and foundations. So how are we gonna help them with this? We'll go from a 9 to 4, have the last hour open up to a cocktail hour, and then we're actually focused on having one more lights out speaker. Definitely someone that you all are gonna see, and then the tickets are gonna be gone. So best to get your ticket now. The price may change. Seat count definitely is not going to change as far as the last five for that price point. So just be aware, ladies and gentlemen, that the focus is to move forward with trusteeship 100%. And that education starts with you traveling at times. People say, "Oh, I want to be in trusteeship." Well, if you want to be in trusteeship, don't you have to travel? Trust Christian Revolt's been doing it for years. We were doing it since the podcast started. We didn't stay in the same place. Many don't know that though. But they gonna learn today, as people say. Definitely excited about doing it at the tax office so you all can be there, meet with her, and see how our team can onboard you. Definitely looking forward to that. And it's just going to be a great one, ladies and gentlemen, because the focus is always protecting the assets first. The second one is preserving the assets. The third one is growing the assets. And the last one is passing it along. So what happens when something happens to you and you don't pass away, but it's terminally ill? Do you have that in the contract? Is that in the private family foundation contract? Is that in the trust contract? Is that in the insurance policy contract? So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an episode really to highlight the focus, which is this particular trustee training. Once we announce our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to hear the cake and the caboodle. It's that simple. People are going to say, oh man, I didn't think you were going to do that. Now you know. We got to do it because we got to honor our guests. Our guests are there traveling as well, not too far, but they are going to have to travel. And so we want them to give you all the best that they have and be refreshed. So that's why we're doing it Saturday, 9 to 5. Trust Christian is going to speak first, covering trust and foundations. The basics of them, ladies and gentlemen. The things that people say, oh, I don't know. I don't know the basics. Well, we're going to go over those basics. Then we got the private banking specialist. Well, that's what comes next after asset protection. Estate planning. When something happens to you, is your money in a position where it's non-taxable? Is it going into the family estate properly? Most people don't know how to do that. Most people ask that question. They don't know how to do that. So we're here to go over that with them. We're here to educate them on that. And so that's what the whole event is about. It's about education, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be educated in this sector. We still go to conferences, ladies and gentlemen. It's about education. Oh, I got to travel across the country. That's why the cost is what it's at. So it's no need for people to say that, because it's not about the cost. We were looking at some conferences talking $10,000, and you're not going to be in Trust and Foundation. They got tickets for $13,000 at these other conferences, and you're not going to be in Trust and Foundation. Your business, your family estate. That's what this is all about. See, there's a barrier of entry, ladies and gentlemen. So we go to conferences, the ultra high net worth conferences. Their tickets are less than these guys that are selling you $10,000 tickets, $11,000 tickets, $13,000 tickets, thinking they doing you a favor by giving you the rah-rah. They got celebrities telling you that you could do it. They didn't set up a business at that event. They didn't get you an extension of credit. Do you know what you could do with $10,000, ladies and gentlemen? You could buy trade lines. The vault, we work with trustees to establish trade lines. They still don't cost $10,000, but people want to spend $10,000 to go to a conference. We're honored that we're not here for that reason, because our mentors trained us right. Our mentors' conferences are less than $2,000. So why would we be charging $5,000, $10,000, so you can go sit next to somebody that doesn't even have a business? The room in our rooms, traditionally, they are traditionally for trustees. Traditionally, they're for people that are already in trust. We got a bunch of trustees, people that have reached out. They say, hey, Trust Christian Vault, we already in trusteeship. Already got a charity, Trust Christian Vault. I need some education. I need a little bit more ancillary details. I need a little bit more granular structure. We need to have structure. We need to know how to get our family to connect and sit down together. We need to make sure that we have a system in place. It's a system. Wealth is a system. We went through an educational system because it's a system. System of wealth is the same thing. It's a system. It's a wealth system. A system is something that's set up with you or without you. And it can operate with you or without you. That's a system. But oh no. They say, oh, Trust Christian Vault, you think you should raise the ticket price for what? Are you looking to be in trusteeship? Or are you looking to be riled up by celebrities? Then we put you in a room with someone that can defend you in court as an enrolled agent. They could defend the trust in front of court as an enrolled agent. They could defend you personally in court as an enrolled agent at their place of business. It's legit. Then we got private family banker. Oh, insurance, insurance, insurance. Everybody's talking about it. It's the flavor of the day. You want us to use the buzzwords? Buzzword this, buzzword that. Go get the insurance. Go get the cash value insurance. You hear the buzzword? Go get the IUL. Buzzword insurance. Buzzword. Trending. Our trustees, they go through the program. They already had an insurance license. They want to diversify their portfolio. They understand that wealth preservation comes from actually a 300-year-old investment. And the best part about it, we can say this legally because it's not legal advice or financial advice. Go ask the insurance agents, is the insurance an investment? We don't need to speak politically correct. The insurance has been around since the Lloyds of London. The insurance has been around since slave times. It's old. They insured the ships with it. That same money is being recycled in these policies. These banks, the banks that people want to say, oh yeah, the bank, I need money from the bank. I can't get a loan from the bank. You can't get a loan from the bank because you don't know private family banking. They're practicing the public side. That's a disadvantage. There's less than a 4% interest rate. What, you want to go get a CD market? What do you get? A market? What is those things called? Money markets for less than 7%. And then when you deal with the private family bank and they're talking, hey, we're performing the market. How are they outperforming the market? But it's not an investment. That's the question you may ask yourself. So, this event is about education. This is one of those things where we sold out all the tickets. We'll sell out all of those. And then we're going to interview everybody that's coming. We're going to interview Larissa. We've already done an episode with her preparing taxes for the trust, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody that can defend you in court is pretty easy to know that they know what they're talking about. We're going to get to the private family banker, specialist, making sure that there's a wealth preservation tool in place. Not just asset protection, but a wealth preservation tool. The dollar that people, Americans so-called despise and hate. Americans don't even like their money anymore. Oh man, the dollar's trash. So are you preserving it? Let's have these conversations. It's easy to have a negative conversation and speak in fear. The dollar's trash. The dollar's weak. So what are you doing to ensure your capital? What are you doing to ensure your family estate? Are you using money to ensure money? It sounds asinine. That doesn't work. The banks show you that. The public side banks show you that. You put the public money in the public bank. What's the interest rate? But then you put the same capital in the private family banking policy. What's the interest rate? This is education. Education is the knowledge that you need for your family estate. This is the information that you take into your family estate and you make it a point to protect yourselves. How you passing along money and it's getting taxed? You know about the wealth tax. Y'all want to be wealthy, right? But the government is trying to put a wealth tax in place. You want to pass along money in an estate, but they got an estate tax in place. Certain parties want to actually lower it. Oh, you can claim the first 12 million. Whoa, doesn't sound like we're wealthy. What happens after 12 million? You don't want to know what that tax looks like, Trust Christian Vault. You don't want to know what those numbers look like. That's not wealthy. You already know your family can spend $12 million overnight. That's not wealthy. That's why the gov's okay with not taxing it. Because they know you're going to spend it overnight. They know you're going to spend it overnight. They know you're going to get taxed out of it. And that's why the government has it up to whatever little measly number they have as an estate tax number. Oh, what about death tax? What about gift tax, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, yeah, they didn't tell you. They didn't tell me, Trust Christian Vote, when I passed, there's a gift tax because I could gift the money to my kids. I could gift the money. There's a gift tax. There's an estate tax. There's a death tax. How do you pass it along tax-free? Well, hold on, Trust Christian Revolt. Can I do that through a trust? Hold on, which one? Ladies and gentlemen, you're paying for the education, which is the information, so you can hold on to the money. Most people don't have a problem making money because making money, generating money is based off of doing something, the skills, talents, and abilities. You have that in you. But just like we had to tell some uneducated people the other day, say, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. They don't talk about that in the public because they're taxing you to death. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. In the public, is that true? No, it's in the private. So we're going to have these conversations at the Vault. We put this information out for years. We look forward to connecting with the trustees that are going to be in the room, new people that are going to be in the room, and focused on educating. We're focused on bringing in a big heavy hitter. We're not going to spoil the surprise. We're going to confirm, and we're going to move forward. And when we move forward, you're going to see things change. It's not about us at the Vault, ladies and gentlemen. We're already suited and booted. We're looking forward to working with other families because people in trust deal with people in trust. We've been saying this for years. When you're in trust, though, when you're in trusteeship, are you with the right people? Do you have a team? Do you have a team? Well, who do I need on my team? Well, we have the accounting agency, the accounting firm, tax services, planning firm. We also have the private family banker. And we're going to bring in the money. Trust Christian Revolt, we've always made it a point to go into these wealthy rooms, ladies and gentlemen, since day one in trusteeship. And one thing we know for certain, two things for sure, people in trust deal with people in trust. Simple as that. We look forward to serving. We look forward to working with you all. We look forward to seeing you at the workshop. It's Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, Christian at trustchristian.com. Thank you everybody that's inquired so far. Thank you for everybody that's traveling across the country. Oh, Trust Christian Revolt. Does it need to be everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, most people aren't going to do the work. It's an honor to serve families that recognize that they need to put themselves in a private position and that they're aware that there's private positions. Not just in a public position, in a private position. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listen, replay. Always appreciate everybody tuning in live, listen, replay. People said, "Oh man, I got a family member we're thinking about coming. I heard you got another one coming up." Okay. What happens when you miss the one that was supposed to help you and your family get more protected a quarter earlier? Those thousands and millions of dollars protected a quarter earlier. Oh, it's going to get lovely, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely. This year is going to continue to get lovely. This is a wealth transfer we're living through right now. We're going to say it for the rest of the time that we do the podcast for the rest of our lives. The wealth transfer has begun. The baby boomers are retiring. They're allocating capital. They want to get capital for their grandchildren. They want to put it in the correct position. Asset protection is a priority, and the estate plan of it is the same exact thing. We look forward to serving. We look forward to seeing the families. It's going to be a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. When we say that, we mean it. Because our focus is on you all and understanding the proper information so you can move forward and be an asset. This is about building assets, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we've ever done at the vault is build assets. When you're in trusteeship and estate plan, you're focused on building assets, not liabilities. You don't want to pass along a liability, but you will when you just give your children the house directly. When you give family members the house directly. We had a trustee go through our program years ago. He actually introduced us to one of our mentors through his dad. And his dad passed away probably in the past 6 to 12 months. Was their family in the correct position? Yes, they were. Here we go. The story is going to get sweet. So please be patient with this story, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a real story. Okay. Trustee came through trustee training program around 2018-19. As you can see, we're in 2024. Family member passed away, father passed away 23, 24, 2023, maybe early 24. Father passed away, the estate was in the proper position. Bam, family member passed away. The trustee that went through the program was actually the trustee of the estate, but they also had a brother. They had a family member, the brother. So two brothers. One of them was a trustee. One of them wasn't of the father's estate. Not married. Once again, it's a house. Here we go. The brother that wasn't involved in the house, he sued his own brother. He tried to ask for an audit, didn't get it, and sicked some lawyers on him. Hey, I need you to do an audit. I need you to audit our family estate to make sure my brother is not stealing from me. Because I don't know if he's getting more than me. These are things that you can do at our workshops. Make sure that the family's not going to steal from you. So the trustee that went through the training program, they're the trustee of the estate, actually have gone to law school and they're a lawyer now. So that's why they were trusted with the father's property. Properties being sold for over 800 plus, maybe $1 million, at least one single property. And in turn, the younger brother called for a lawsuit. Made it a point to attempt to sue. It was always an intent to sue before the suit goes through. And then when they understand that they're going to get paid on the house, they don't want to cause a freeze on the asset and a freeze on the sale. They let that go. But they were listening to people that weren't in trusteeship, people that weren't responsible. And they didn't trust their own brother. So if you don't want to have your children or your family members be in that type of position, trusteeship is the best position to be in. So, property sold, and guess what? Everything was done properly, split up evenly. The younger brother got his half, the other brother got his half. But oh no, hold on. One of them got the money directly to his name. The other one didn't. The one in trusteeship understands if the house was sold in a trust, why would you take any money out for yourself personally? Because it's trust Christian. Own nothing, control everything. Why would you need to take money out of the family estate? But this is what happens when people are uneducated. That's why they come into the workshop. That's why that particular trustee is not going to worry about any sale of an asset in their personal name. But the other family member, they just wanted a disbursement. Hey man, I got to get a quick lick. I got to get my $500,000, man. Powerful. Powerful. You just gave someone the $500,000. This isn't insurance now. This is a sale of a house. They just made a capital gain. They just were passed along money. It's taxable to their name. And if it's not legal advice or financial advice, go do your homework. If that happens to you, because your mother and father wants to give you their house, because they pass away and now it's going to be sold. Is it sold in probate? Is it sold through a will? Is it sold through a living trust? Let's have these conversations. These are the conversations we're having with trustees. These are the conversations that we have with families on a daily basis. Oh yeah. Let's talk about it. Family member is going to receive $500,000 directly to their name. How does that sound? Your father worked, owned the house outright. Family member, mom or dad, there's no specific gender, mom or dad. They sell the house in the proper position in trusteeship, but you weren't competent enough. The particular family member wasn't competent enough to be a trustee, but they were the beneficiary. Both were the beneficiaries. But one of them knows I don't need to take any money directly because it's trust Christian, know not to control everything. They inherited that house, and now one of them is going to pay a capital gain, some type of liability. Can we finagle it? Go talk to, who do we have in the room with us? Larissa Humphreys. Abundant returns. Not minimum returns, abundant returns. Interesting to know, right? That somebody, because they're uneducated, they're willing to take money out of the family estate, not put it in a position of investment because they didn't need the money. They wanted the money. They didn't need the money. They wanted the money because they got to have it. They got to have it in their hands. They got to touch it. They got to feel it. And guess what? They got taxed. Go Google how much the sale of a property in that position is going to be if you get the money that way. You're the beneficiary, right? Are you the beneficial owner? You're the beneficiary. Are you the beneficial owner? You're the beneficiary. They're the beneficial owner. They're liable for the sale of the property because the liability has been passed to the beneficial owner. It's always been a joy and an honor to serve. Still get joy out of having the workshops. This is the Vault, episode 581, the Vault Conference 2024, August 24th. This is asset protection and estate planning workshop, ladies and gentlemen. The story is real. We have many more stories. That was just more of a recent one. They happen all the time. Families are allowed to be in a room. We have multiple generations in the room. We look forward to serving multiple generations. And we're also going to bring in a heavy hitter, high net worth investor in the room. There are many high net worth investors in the room, but we're actually talking about capital that's ready to be allocated towards foundations and trust. That's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We look forward to hearing from you all. Christian at trustchristian.com. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Once again, it's Christian at trustchristian.com. Feel free to click on the links. There's a few tickets remaining. Look forward to seeing you all at the workshop. Peace.